Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Many Nigerians are getting weary. Some others are getting charged. May 29 already seems sacrosanct, but it looks like many lawyers are no longer keeping their mouths shut. They're beginning to scream, yell, shout, tell Nigerians exactly what is their right, and they must not sleep on their right. They should be not just okay, they should be alert over what is about to go on. And this time around, they're also sending warning signal that if you get it wrong now, it is now or you forget it. Now, these are some of the words or consequences or addresses or features that to look like in future if nothing is done now. Well, according to Mr. Jibrin Okitikpa, he is the senior advocate of Nigeria, who is a lawyer to the Labour Party, and his presidential candidate Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi has dragged the Nigerian judiciary, making it known that when the judiciary dances the political music on fabricated facts, people will see the nakedness of the referred masquerade. Well, he went on and noted that he is not a prophet of doom, but the future is bleak, noting that to get justice on good facts may be hard in the country. He went further and noted that there is pollution everywhere and that the truth without colored facts can't get justice. Furthermore, Mr. Okutikpe demanded to know whether we must manufacture facts to get judgment when the truth is already known to those who fabricated facts to make up a case. The Labour Party lawyer made this disclosure in a social media handle some few minutes ago, actually, stating it clearly that Nigeria is in a need of truth to be free from the quagmire we are now in. He concluded by stating it clearly that people deliberately frustrate truth in judicial processes to perpetuate evils in power. Let me quote him word for word for understanding. He said, look, this coming from Jibrin Samuel Okutikpe, senior advocate of Nigeria, San. Let me quote him word for word. He said, when the judiciary dances political music on fabricated facts, you will see the nakedness of the revered masquerade. I am not a prophet of doom, but the future is bleak. To get justice on good facts may be hard. Pollution everywhere. Truth without colored facts can't get justice. But must we manufacture facts to get judgment when the truth is known to those who fabricated facts to make up a case? We are in their need of truth to be free from the quagmire we are in now. People deliberately frustrate truth in judicial processes to perpetuate evils in power. And Mr. Okutikpe, senior advocate of Nigeria, actually made this tweet hours after the court delivered a judgment on the petition that is ongoing. A lot of issues are on. Of course, we are looking at May 29. That looks like sacrosanct, except the hand of God comes in. 1, 2. We're also looking at a situation where, with the way they're already calling out Nigerians to do the needful, look at their pros and cons, and also look at the fact that they have the power as the people. Don't forget that this democracy is actually for the people, by the people. Everything is about the people. So if for any reason the people say they don't want you, then it means you are not wanted. But in recent time, it has actually been done the other way around, where it is actually the politicians that will determine who rules, not the people. And if the people don't like it, then they should keep quiet and allow things to run the way it is. And now they're not looking at Nigerians as a quiet giant, okay, who seem not to know the power they possess as a giant. And they're not calling Nigerians to look in what? The power lies in you. The first lawyer said that some few hours ago after the judgment. Now another lawyer is talking about the same issue, all saying one and the same thing. Nigerians, don't you know your rights? But DSS has already warned ahead of time that look, any form of insecurity, any form of rising will be resisted. And these lawyers are saying it's within the right of Nigerians constitutionally, not only to protest, but also to demand for their vote that they gave. Talk about technicalities, but let's feel the voice of Nigerians. Nigerians are talking because This is one Nigeria. We all are involved. Whether you're in diaspora or you are in Nigeria, in as much as you hold a Nigerian passport or you were born in Nigeria, you still refer Nigeria as home, then Nigeria is important to all of us. Now, this one here says Nigerian judiciary is under the stranglehold of Nigerian politicians. This forms the reason why politicians rig elections openly and ask their aggrieved opponents to go to court. At the court, from cases already decided after this year's election, the judiciary lived upon the expectations of their paymaster, APC, the ruling party, by ruling in APC's favor. One then wonders, where lies the hope of the common man in this country? The judiciary that used to be the last hope or the only last hope has sold out its credibility. Nigerians, how do we come out of this mess? What are the younger generation learning from APC and its like in this country? APC is preaching to the younger generation in this country that credibility is not required to attain stardom. God help Nigeria. No great country is built on this. Many people loved his statement. I must say, it's quite a very elaborate one. If you ask me, we shouldn't actually be. We should. Those days we celebrate credibility, we celebrate integrity. But right now, who cares? Who really celebrates integrity these days, especially in Nigeria? And they look at you sometimes. In some quarters, they look at you as mumu. Oh, Nilari. Oh, Gbo. You know, get sense. You want her sense, but that's not true. The truth is, integrity pays everywhere. Everywhere you go. Forget the fact, it's just a case of bad leadership that's making it look as if leadership is not in vogue or it's not trendy. That integrity, is not in vogue or it's not trendy. Integrity is not only in vogue, it's trendy and it is worth it and it is rewarding. It frees the heart, makes you be at peace. But because of the bad leadership, it is not they are now playing down on something that should be given and should be imprinted in gold. In our olden days, even our leadership, as we were progressing in democracy, it was deteriorating. Can you imagine? How can we still be looking at the likes of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and calling him one of the best hands we've had? How can we be looking at someone like Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and say we've never had such a president like that? Are we improving or are we depreciating? That clearly shows we are not improving or depreciating. If you can look at the heroes past or the former leaders of the past and say they are far better than the present, then indeed we have really gone down the drain. Just being factual. Another person here says it is no longer sufficient to wear the toga of a human rights activist and an advocate of good governance. Many of those in the above brackets are fast losing their conscience. But Mr. Jibrin Okutikpe San is different. The gentleman remains true and firm to the dictates of the good conscience and truth. May God continue to bless Mr. Okutikpe and prosper him in his enterprise. I also want to greet Chief Michael Ozehume, Senior Advocate of Nigeria San, who is in the same class. Wow, another person is you a beacon of truth in a messy swamp of corruption. The swamp shall be drained, it shall be done. Truth outlives falsehood. I say amen to that, but it's going to take a collective effort of all Nigerians. It doesn't have to be some, it has to be all Nigerians. Another person here says there are two types of judiciary: all propaganda corruption, APC judiciary, and Nigerian judiciary of truth. Time will tell. I guess that's going to wrap it up. Nigerians are just talking. I don't know. I just hope that in one way or the other, we'll just weather this storm. I don't know how. God bless Nigeria. God bless us.